Back to the green yard. It's a beautiful spring day here in Phoenix. As you can see, it's still a little chilly here. I got my jacket on, probably about 58 degrees right now or so. So for us Phoenicians, that's a chilly morning. We're here over in our tropical food forest area of the green yard. We have our koi pond right here, cherry mango that's flowering out, Jamanacaba, loquat, Michelia alba, all sorts of tropical fruiting trees, flowering trees over here in the green yard. And today we're going to go and we're going to plant one of our new papaya trees. So I have my hole dug. I'm going to go ahead and mix that soil, put in that papaya tree. Papayas here aren't necessarily real picky when it comes to location, other than the fact that they need some afternoon shade. So in the food forest, tropical food forest area of the green yard, we do have that afternoon shade thanks to this huge 60 to 80 year old mulberry tree that we have. So let's go ahead and let's get planting. Here we go. Alright, so we've dug out our hole here. It's about twice the width, twice the depth of the pot. Gonna go ahead and mix in that soil. Pretty much same planting instructions as all our other tropical trees, and start getting that going here. So I have my nursery soil. I have my native soil as well. Go ahead and move this guy out of the way here. I've dug my hole, and I'm going to go ahead and mix everything together. One of the interesting things about where this is this location has actually been sitting under mulch for about the last year and a half. So everything's starting to really decompose in the soil. Isn't that, straight clay soil? It actually has a lot of organic material in there. So I'm actually going to mix in less of the nursery soil than I normally would. That's just something that I'm able to do just because I've had that decomposing mulch on top of the soil, and it's created a better mixture of soil for that papaya plant. So let's get mixing. Alright, so I have my hole, all the dirt mixed, it's prepped, it's prepared, it's ready to go. So I've actually dug out a little bit of this mixed soil here. I'm going to put a little bit back in. I think I dug too deep, just so that way we can get the right height to put in this papaya here. So let's go ahead and get him out of his pot. So papayas don't really like to be transplanted. So while I'm being careful, I also have to get out of the pot here. So papayas sometimes go through a little bit of transplant shock. So you really want to try your best to keep the root ball as together as possible when you are planting that papaya. So I've actually done a really good job of that this time. The root ball is entirely intact, which is great. I am going to lower it down just a little bit more here. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and bring in all this already mixed dirt in, keep it in its place, and just make sure that we see the root flare just like all of our other tropical trees. Want to make sure that it's able to breathe, actually all of our trees in general. Cover it up here Like I said before, one of the nice things is that, you know, this spot has been sitting in mulch for a long time, so it's already pretty well broken down, this spot, which is great. And now that I've planted it, it's all in, we're just going to use some of this mulch that's already here, this broken down mulch. This dirt we'll actually put around the edges, just like we always do. Give it a little bit of an area around the edge. It's pretty protected back there, so I'm not really worried about the back. It's more just the front area. We want to make sure that we, you know, none of the water flows directly out of this space. And then we'll just bring in this mulch here, just like we're doing right now. Just bring in a whole bunch of this mulch and cover up this space here. So I went ahead, added some additional dried grass on the top. It's going to give it that extra moisture control, really keep in that moisture, especially as we get to the summer months. It also breaks down really fast, gives it that boost of nutrients that it needs. I went ahead and put in some azomite over top. That's that rock dust powder. Went ahead and sprinkled that on top of the mulch there. And of course I added in my sulfur. Sulfur is to help lower the pH. Usually I give sulfur about 4 times a year to help keep that pH lower for our tropical trees, which do require a lower pH than our very base soil, our 8.5 pH soil. I really love the way that papaya trees are structured. I think they look so cool. You know, they have this very unique leaf structure on top, and then it's basically just a stick below. I think it's awesome. If you don't know what a full-grown papaya looks like in a tropical climate, they can get to be like 30, 40 feet tall. So a big, huge one of these here in the Phoenix area, probably about 20 feet is where they can top out. Usually a little bit shorter than that. There are some dwarf papaya varieties as well. Summer protection definitely needs some afternoon shade, and in the winter needs protection as soon as we get below like that, you know, 45, 42 degree range, especially when they're young. Start protecting them, and they'll end up thriving here. They actually are very prolific, and you can get a lot of harvest off of one papaya plant here in the Phoenix area once it gets a little bit more established. So we're going to let this guy soak in. I went ahead and watered all around, you know, soaked in that azomite, that sulfur, and now I'm just going to let the hose sit there for a little bit, soak in as well. So hopefully we have some papayas here in the next, you know, this winter or early next spring. We can get some papayas off of this papaya plant here. So as always, live green, plant lots, and of course, have fun. We'll see you next time.